Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We're going to begin laying down, and having a support under your shoulder blades would be great. So a blanket folded like a little bolster or a rolled up towel. And you just want to check when you lay back that your neck is comfortable. So it feels even front and back of the neck. And the support is not under your lower back, but feels like it's opening the chest. And then give the weight of your body to the floor and the little support you've made. Arms where it feels comfortable for you, that can be out from the shoulders. So you can feel that the support you've placed under your spine is opening the spaces in the front of the rib cage. Just enjoying the feeling of that space with each breath. Legs hip width and parallel. Your feet are hip width and parallel, legs bent. You're tuning in to just how you feel. We're going to bring this shape that the support is helping make in the upper back into rolling over and sitting up. And you can use that blanket to sit up onto. However, your legs are comfortable, and sitting tall with the thoracic spine pressing forward. Taking some nice deep breaths. Great. And then we're going to take the torso around the hips in a circle. And we're keeping the alignment of the spine, so we're not really waving spine or bending from side to side. A little bit like a wooden spoon, stirring the pot upside down. Do it in the other direction. You might feel this work in the hips as we start to investigate how that feels. So the core of your body stabilizing to hold the spine in one form, configuration. Beautiful, back to center. And differently this time, we're going to wave the spine now from side to side. Imagine that you're leading with your rib cage, and you're going to try and reach your left ribs left, and then your right ribs right, and let the spine wave and follow, just as feels good. Enjoying your natural flow of movement and breath. Let's reach the ribs now out towards the knees. So a little bit of an angle and away from the knee. And then do the other side. Back to the first side. So come back to center. Right rib towards the right knee and away from the right knee. And then back to center, and then left rib towards the left knee and away from the left knee. Good. And then we're going to wave forward. And again, think about the rib cage, the diaphragm leading the movement. So you're trying to get your ribs to move as far forward as you can and as far back as you can. We find that flow of breath here in your seated position, with every little part of your spine moving. Supple. Beautiful. Release. Let's take the shoulders and roll them so up by the ears and shoulder blades down. And then arms out from your shoulders. Turn your thumbs down as far as you can and your palms up. And little circles. When you make these circles for a while, you might start to feel your shoulders get a little bit tired, but we want to try and get that work happening between the shoulder blades. You might feel the core of your body helping to lift you tall so your spine is lengthening. And the flow of your breath. Nice work. And then the other direction. Turn the palms down, thumbs forward. When you make your circles, try to reach your little fingers back as far as they'll go. Nice work. Let's come into an all fours position. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. And we're going to particularly arch that part of the spine up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Getting the thoracic spine in the front of mind. Let the rest of the body follow. We'll stretch the fingers out really wide. Press the fingerprint. Finding your movement in your upper back, your middle back. Lovely. And we're going to tuck the toes under and knees a little off the floor, just a centimetre or so. Arching the spine up and down. Particularly your thoracic spine. Press your fingerprint down. Nice work. Gently lower the knees to the floor. And we're going to bring the hands beside the torso into child's pose. We're going to take the arms forward now into Virasana. Knees a little bit wider and even separate your feet a little bit so we get a little deeper into the opening of the hips. Forward Virasana. Bones of the spine easing forward and feeling them separate a little from each other, so making more space, more length with each breath. Lengthening spine, armpits, arms, back of the neck. Good. And then coming up, bring your knees so your legs are parallel and you're kneeling. And you can make a little support with your blanket. Use it in a way that gives you enough height. So I can make a nice little soft blanket stool there. And that can go underneath the sit bone. If kneeling just does not work for your knees, then just sit on your blanket comfortably with your legs out in front. Virasana. We're going to put the hands to the heels and press down. So the arms are starting to straighten. If your arms are long, you can put your hands on the soles of your feet. Good. Lengthening spine. And feeling that spine between the shoulder blades pressing forward. Shoulder blades relaxing down. Good. We're going to take our arm out from the shoulders again. And again, our little circle where the palms face up, the thumbs reach back. And you try to reach all the way to the back of your movement here. Feeling the muscle between the shoulder blades. And arms all the way up by your ears. Good. Arms out by the shoulders. Turn the palms down and make circles again. This time up and forward, but still reaching your little fingers to the back of that movement. Neck relax. Feel the work between the shoulder blades. Nice work. Beautiful. Release your arms now, just relaxing. And shrug your shoulders a little through your ears and drop them. Shrug them and drop. Virasana. Sitting tall. Press down now through the feet and the shins and the knees and sit the spine a little taller. Feel the flow of breath. Good. And then we're going to take out the support and we're going to work on coming up to standing from this kneeling position. So you're going to kneel up, and maybe if you weren't able to kneel down, you can kneel up. You can always put a blanket under your knees and put the hands on the floor. Tuck your toes under and see how it feels to sit your bottom back towards your heels. And if it's fine, you can take your hands all the way off the floor and kneel up onto your heels. Otherwise, you keep your hands on the floor. Okay, so if your knees are going to be fine with this, you can try lifting your knees just off the floor. And you might even be able to do that without your hands on the floor. Into a squat and then back into kneeling. So if you're kneeling up and you've got your hands on the floor, to do the same sort of movement but without bending your knees too much, you can bring the hands further forward and just practice lifting the knees up and down. Good. And From your sitting position, press and standing up or coming up to standing, however. We're going to be lifting the right leg behind and trying to reach for the front of the right ankle. Now, you might not reach, and if that's the case, just send your fingers in the direction of and your foot in the direction of. So you're trying to meet them in the middle. But we're standing tall on the left leg. You might have hold of your right ankle. We're going to take the right leg up behind and lean the torso forward. Navrajasana. You can reach your left arm straight out in front. Good. And then we're going to release that side. And we're not going to fall back into position. But as you let go of your foot, you're going to find where it lands, hip width parallel, so that you're always in balance. Okay, so if you were wobbly on the first side, have a wall to reach for. Keep you stable. We're going to stand into the right foot and see if you can grab hold of your left ankle. Otherwise, we're reaching foot and hand towards each other, trying to meet in the middle. Good. Take the left leg behind now. Reach back, reach the torso forward. Reach the right arm forward from the shoulder. We have the thigh bones parallel to each other. Look forward, look up. Feel the opening of the chest, the bones of the thoracic spine pressing forward. Lift your leg as high as feels good for you. Good. And then we're going to release that side, trying not to fall, but really finding where your left foot is going to land. Beautiful. Take your arms up. Make a little back bend. Lift the front of the thighs, the front of the hips. Lift the heart towards the sky. Lovely. And then Uttanasana. On your legs. Arch your spine up and down. Arch your spine as far forward and then look. And take it slow so that you really can feel this. Both legs together. In the thoracic spine. Underneath and inhale and come up. Urdhva Hastasana, and we make a little bit of a back bend, lifting the front of the thighs, the front of the hips, the belly, the chest, arms up. Beautiful. And then Tadasana. Great. We're going to swim the right arm behind for a preparation for Ustrasana. So you're going to reach your right arm down your right thigh towards your knee. And then we're going to swim the left arm. And so really use the movement to get the chest to open, the arm to lengthen. We reach down behind. So we're going to keep doing this with alternate arms, like backstroke. Really reaching. Good. And we want to keep that power in the front of the body. So we've got a really nice foundation. So lifting the front of the legs, the front of the hips, the belly. Okay, we're going to take both arms now. So reaching down behind your thighs, lifting the front of the thighs, hips, belly, breastbone, lifting up towards the ceiling, looking up. Beautiful. And then forward bend. Bend your knees and let the spine reach forward as far as it will go. Keep the knees a little bit bent, but you might find your stretch in your legs there. Let your head reach forward or down to the floor. Find the flow of your satisfying breath. Good, and again, try and straighten your legs. And then bend your knees and inhale. And coming up, arms up. Tadasana. All right, both arms up and back for our Ustrasana, camel pose. And we're going to take the arms down behind the thighs towards the knees. Lift the front of the thighs, the hips, the belly, the heart. Looking up. Beautiful. Feeling really strong in your legs. Lovely. Then chin to the chest. We're going to roll the spine forward. Go forward as far as your body moves. And then look up. And you might lift your hands up onto your leg. And really easing your whole spine forward. So you feel the back bend, even though you're bending forward. Taking some deep breaths here. And keeping your back bend shape, keep reaching the torso a little bit further forward. You can bend your legs. Nice work. Feeling the satisfying breath. Good. And then bend the knees. And inhale. And coming all the way up and Urdhva Hastasana. Arms up. And Tadasana. Excuse me. Mountain pose. Great. A little bit of a different balance now again. So again, you can have your chair or you can hold onto a wall. We're going to be balancing with the legs out to the side. So turn your right foot out. If you're facing the long edge of your mat, turn your right foot to be parallel to the long edges of the mat. And we're going to just practice balancing on that right foot, but also lifting the left hip so that your torso is facing the long edge of the mat. Good. And you might have to keep your tiptoes on the floor for your balance, but you're going to be lengthening the spine from the leg. Good. Or you might be lifting that leg. Good for half moon pose. Now I've got my hands at the hips, so it's easier. It keeps the center of gravity right there over the foot. But if you like, you can try hands in front of your heart in Namaste, or even reaching out from your shoulders. Whoa, that sent me off balance. Beautiful. And then we'll release that side. Turn the feet back to the front. We're going to do a forward bend in between sides. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing arm. Uttanasana, bones of your spine reaching forward. Straightening your legs. Good. And then rolling up. Nice, satisfying breath. Arms up. And Tadasana. Beautiful. Turn your left foot out. So left foot, long edges of the mat are facing parallel to each other. Good. And then we're going to see if we can face, that's where that was coming in. Face the front of the hips and the torso towards the long edge of the mat. Good. And test out your balance, lifting the right foot off the floor. You might keep your tiptoes there. Your hands might stay at the hips or the heart, or even reaching from the heart and the shoulders, like an aeroplane. And we're balanced and reaching back with the right side of the body. Feeling what is difficult with this posture today. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're going to take a forward bend again. Feet underneath the hip, hip width and parallel to each other. So the knees look forward. Arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Bones of the spine forward. Beautiful. Stretching your legs out. And exploring how you lengthen in this posture. Length for your legs. Feeling the flow of the breath. And inhale and come up and arms up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to reach the arms out from the shoulders. Step your feet your own leg length distance for a version of Trikonasana. Turn your feet to the right side. So your right foot is parallel to the long edges of the mat. The right heel lines up with the center of the left foot in the arch. Good. We're going to bring the arms back up by the ears. And we're going to take the torso, as you would for Trikonasana, and reach it over the right leg. And we try not to face the heart towards the floor, but rather shine the heart upward. So rolling the left ribs back. Good. And you reach as far as you can. Feel the core of your body holding you stable there. Nice strong legs. Beautiful core body lifts you up. Keep the arms lifted. Let's turn the feet to the second side. Strong legs, lift the kneecaps. And then we're going to reach the torso over the left leg. Now you want to keep the heart shining upward. Reach through your arms. Feel the core body holding you stable. Good, and then inhale and come up. Let's relax the arms. Whoa. Turning your feet to the front and jump or stamp your feet back to hip width. we're going to take a seat. So think about how you might sit down onto the floor, and you might be practicing. You're sitting without using your hands, or however it feels wise to sit. And sitting onto a blanket. We're going to do wide legs, wide feet, and have the blanket helping you to tip the pelvis forward as far as you can get that feeling of tipping forward. Feet as wide as they'll go, and on your heels, pressing out through the soles. The feet, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Good, and pressing down through the back of the legs. So you feel really anchored to the floor of your building, foundation, the earth, and lift the spine from there. Great. We're going to do a little bit of waving the spine in different directions. So let's go forward and back to start with. Because of the restriction in the way we're sitting, it's going to feel like it's quite a subtle movement. But see how much fluidity you can find. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. So just forward and back. See if you can get a little more movement in the pelvis to roll forward. Or feel the bones of the spine and their positions as they change. You might find it gets a little easier. You find a little bit more movement. Good. All right, come back up to center. And now we're going to turn to the left leg and try to do the same thing. And again, the movement might feel small, very subtle to begin with. But as they say, go with the flow. Flow of your breath, flow of your body. Great, and then come back up to center, and this time over to the right side. Gleaning any little extra movement, or if not movement, ease. Lovely. And then come back to center. We're going to take the hands behind the hip, press the spine forward. As you inhale, lift the belly and the breastbone and reaching that part of your body forward. The torso forward, the spine forward. Lovely. Now keep your forward movement. Bring your hands wherever it makes sense. So they might come out in front of you. And we're going to turn the torso over to the left side, and we're going to bring the belly and the torso forward, and then bring the spine forward. Reaching left. Keep your forward movement. Come back to center, hands where they support you. And then reaching to the right leg. Lifting belly and breastbone, reach them forward. Reach the spine forward. Lovely. Keep that forward movement and come back to center. Feeling the back of the legs anchored and the spine lengthening. And then inhale and come up. Bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Hold where it makes sense, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Lengthening the spine. Hold so your hands support under your knees and press your knees down and lift the pelvic floor, the belly and the spine. So knees are pressing down, but spine is lifting. Good work. And then relax, letting go of tension. And then again, press your knees down, lifting pelvic floor, lifting belly, lifting spine, relaxing shoulders. And then relax, really letting go. Beautiful. And then we're going to lay down. Feet hip width and parallel, legs bent. Or through the whole posture, which is left heel on the right knee, and you lift your right foot off the floor if that's doable. And you take a hold of your legs with your arms. You can put your left hand through that triangle. Legs towards the chest. Over. So it's your right heel on your left knee now. Shoulders relaxed onto the floor. So the legs move towards the chest, but the right knee away from the right shoulder. Lovely. Feet down onto the floor and arms out from your shoulders. We're going to lift the feet off the floor and lift the hips, inside edges of the feet together, knees together. Lift your hips and swing them left. And the legs are going to go towards the floor on the right, but hover. So you're going to look over your left shoulder, hover your legs there, and really use your core body to hold them. Take a couple of deep breaths. Good, and then we use the core awareness to lift the legs so it's nice and easy on the spine. Lift up to center, swap the hips to the right, and knees and feet go towards the floor on the left, but not quite touching down, just hovering so the core body is really holding them. Good, and using that core awareness, lifting your legs, and one more each side. And come back up to center, hugging your knees in, rocking a little. This could be a good moment for you to do your own Shavasana. You need to finish your practice. We're going to roll over to the right side and come up to sitting. Bringing your hands in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.